Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Tuesday, May 5th. Here's today's module on my Core 1 page. Today we're going to be working with intertextual connections just like last week, this time with a focus on similar characters and similar decisions. We are also going to be making some type of connection on Thursday through life lessons. And the reason why we're doing all these intertextual connections is because on Friday you're going to be doing a creative writing project on your strongest connection for all of your charts and all of the work that you've done connecting the LDG book and your new independent coming of age book. So the better you do on these charts on the front end, the easier Friday will be, and that will be a relatively big grade in the grade book for fourth quarter. So let's jump right in. Tuesday, May 5th, let's take a look at the module. Announcements, happy Tuesday. Today we're going to focus on character decisions to make our intertextual connections. We have the daily checklist. After you finish this video, do your independent reading, and then you're going to complete today's brand new chart, Intertextual Connections, May 5th through 7th. It is a Google Doc that everyone will have a link to as we move forward in the module. There's my live session times and the week at a glance if you'd like to take a look at that. So today's teaching point, good readers make intertextual connections, meaning between multiple books, by looking for moments when similar characters make similar choices. And I've got a roadmap coming up that might help you figure out where that would be in your book and how you can connect it to your LDG book that you finished. Mini lesson video will go right here when I'm done. Application activity. Your job after you finish reading today is to complete today's new chart titled Intertextual Connections, May 5th to the 7th. You'll see a link to your chart by clicking the correct class below. There'll be a Core 1, Core 2, Core 3 link there. Whatever class you're in, click it and it should open right to your assignment in your chart to be able to do that. Also down here, I've got some tips for finding today's connection. One way that I like to start when I'm thinking about doing something like this is I simply sit and I brainstorm. Who are two characters that are similar between your old LDG book and your new independent book? One of each. Who is similar? Maybe it's similar behavior. Maybe they have similar habits, similar family background, similar reputation, similar of things that are of utmost importance to them. They both agree on what's important in life, etc. You can come up with anything that you like. Those are some options. But I'm just going to think about what character from my LDG book that I finished, whether it's Tangerine, Speak, Stargirl, or Darius and Twig, is similar to a character I'm reading about right now in my coming of age book. Once I've got that, I'm going to think about a moment. This is number 2. Think about a moment when both characters faced a conflict or a choice. Were the decisions they made in the face of that conflict or choice similar? You've got your characters. They both have to have a similar conflict of some kind. If they make similar choices, then you've got your answer. You've got exactly what you should put in your chart. So it might take some thinking to get there, but those are kind of the tips, right? That's the roadmap, the 1-2 punch that I think will help you get this chart done in a very comprehensive way. So let's say I'm in Core 1, so I click that, and I go to my assignment, which will open up for you, and it'll look similar to this. This is what the chart looks like. Got the directions at the top. These charts will be used to track your final 2 intertextual connections you are making between your 2 books. And the reason I put both on one document is because it'll just be easier for you to find on Thursday and when you're doing your creative writing project. So you can see here I've got today's Tuesday, May 5th, here that I've already filled in, which I'll talk through in a second. And then when we come back on Thursday, I have that 4-square chart also in the same document. So it'll be easy for you. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So what did I decide to do? Well, it's Tuesday, May 5th. That date should be in there for you already. What I'm connecting? Well, I decided to connect 2 similar characters. One is James, nicknamed Booby Miles from Friday Night Lights, and Eric Fisher from Tangerine. The reason why I found similarities between the 2 is because both characters are unable to control their emotions, and they use violence as an outlet. Both characters are also extremely jealous when they don't have the spotlight. That is the connection between the 2. They have those similar character traits and similar character flaws. And so I thought about, okay, now that I know the similarity, when were they faced with a conflict and did they react in a similar way? And the answer is yes. So here, where is it located in my new independent book? In the bottom left, and what were the consequences? Well, in Friday Night Lights, Booby Miles doesn't get his starting spot back after a knee injury. Another running back takes over and does great. So he finally gets in a game when he's healthy again, late in the blowout. And he's so frustrated by his playing time and his role on the team Then he throws a football at an opposing player out of frustration. The coach berates him on the sidelines. He gets ejected and he quits the team. And the quote that really captured that was football didn't just entice or thrill him anymore. It taunted him. When Booby got hurt, he became obsolete. Obsolete meaning meaningless, not a factor. He doesn't matter anymore. So the consequences of his injury and the way he reacted was his football future is now in turmoil. Similarly, Eric and Tangerine reacted in a way that was very violent when things weren't going his way. Eric is embarrassed by a blooper where a place kick, he's a kicker on the team, goes wrong. And the whole town sees his embarrassing moment. It's on the news. So he reacts violently by beating up Tino, as Tino was making fun of that moment. Tino kept it up. You pretend to kick a football, then go flying in the air, then you land right on your butt. So he's mocking him. And then Eric lashed out, smashing the back of his hand across Tino's face and really beats him up good. So similarly here, when things go wrong, when the future isn't exactly how they wanted it to be, both Booby and Eric act violently and lash out at the people around them that are either making it worse or standing in their way. And that is all you have to do today, is complete a chart similar to the one that I have here. Now, as always, as a backup, I have everything on Google Classroom. So I've got my slideshow here that you're used to. I'll put the video up here at the top. I've got the hints and the tips on how to make today's connection. The note at the bottom, if you'd like to show how similar characters made different choices, you can do that too. So if you find two characters that are alike, but they actually made different decisions, you can also do that for your chart. I'm okay with that too. And then I also just put my example chart here for you to be able to read. And I think by going to full screen, be much more legible for you. So if you'd like to model yours around mine, how I kind of had short paragraphs and then a quote under it, I think that would be a great idea. Okay, and then just to finish up the module is the exit ticket. It's just completing that chart. I'm going to change this to say it's completing your new chart, not one row. So that's all you have to do for today. Video, reading, and then one more intertextual connection today, the final one on Thursday, and then we'll have a little creative writing. I think will be fun. Get sort of some of our older lessons back in, something like poetry or writing a letter, sort of try to integrate some of the things we've learned about this year in ELA that will help you decide what your best connection is going to be. And the next week, we move on to the movie review. Hope everyone has an awesome Tuesday. We'll see you back here soon. Thank you.